All right, fellas, we are back again with another episode of the DMV Sports 3, the OGs of the DMV. And today we're talking about a whole variety of stuff, man. We're going to get into a little bit of everything. NASCAR, we're going to get into a little basketball. The Wizards done won another game, messing up our draft position.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Easy.
I'm close to my record.
Winning.
15 games. Give me 15 games.
Our priority, slow down.
That's
Our
a shame.
priority today is NASCAR, though. We're going to talk about whether it is time for Bubba Wallace to get a new crew chief. That is on the table today.
Deacon been wanting that for a minute.
Hey, listen.
We've been talking about that for a while now.
Man, sometimes you got to shake the tree. That's all I'm saying. But let's say prayers out to the workers that were on that bridge, man. That was a tragedy last night, 1 o'clock in the morning, when that cruise ship hit that thing, man. It folded like a cheap tent. That bridge had no way of withstanding that weight of that ship, man. That ship was heavy. So
Wait, what happened?
bless them,
I'm sorry.
man. And
You ain't see the video?
yeah, last night,
Nah.
A shipping container, cargo ship, ran to the bridge. It hit the
bridge is that?
what's it called? The foundation of the bridge.
Yeah,
You
which
can see,
bridge
like,
is that? That was
I forgot what it was.
The border, it's the
It's like
the
close to
Baltimore-
Baltimore, I heard.
Baltimore
Yeah.
Bridge. Shoot.
it's one of the major bridges too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Word.
Yeah, man. Prayers out to their family there. I know they are missing a couple of workers. Luckily, the cruise ship before it hit the bridge was able to signal the people to get everybody off the bridge, and they had just enough time to stop traffic. And they were actually at that point. I mean, it was late. It was early in the morning, 1:30, 2 o'clock. So it wasn't that many cars anyway. But they were able to stop whatever cars they were trying to pass, and ended up being no cars on the bridge. Just some workers that were trying to patch some holes, put some asphalt, trying to
Baltimore Key Bridge is called.
get a key bridge.
Key Bridge.
So prayers out to them. That's all we can do. Number
Wow.
2 on the agenda before we get into NASCAR, the raid of Puffy Combs. Before we start,
Down goes Puff.
We left
Down
off
goes
on-
another one goes down.
They had
Down
their
goes
Team that
Puff.
goes down.
had their brother's house all on the news,
Yeah.
man. Had 50 cars out there, SWAT coming in, putting people in handcuffs, not arresting them, but detaining them. They say Puffy's kids were detained. Puffy wasn't nowhere to be found as
Fled the
normal.
country,
The head of the
Yeah.
organization was never
Married
around.
kids.
Hey,
Man,
I'm just playing.
he in Bora
Everything's
Bora
alleged,
somewhere.
everything's alleged, man. We don't know a thing, man. We just see what everybody else sees on the news, man.
Mm.
So let's talk about Circuit of America. I hate the track. I never liked the track. This is the 4th year that they have run on this track, and I hadn't liked it from day one. It's just not built for NASCAR. This is like what I was talking about the dirt tracks, man. It's just not built for them big cars like that. Anytime you almost got to come down to 10 miles an hour to make a turn. Come on, man. I need my cars to go fast. I don't need them to be slowing down.
You got to muscle the car up the hill and then make that turn, baby. You
Yeah,
didn't
I
like that?
No, I didn't like that. I know I detest the most is having to slow down in the S's. They got a track speed.
And you gotta do single file.
Come
You
on,
can't
man.
go side
Come
by
on, man.
side.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
What's that about? That's not
Man, I
racing.
want to see y'all go side by side. Like,
That's not racing, man. I don't know what you call it. That's
Remind me of those little, what do you call them little things with the hand control or whatever?
Yeah, you got to slow down in the
Yeah,
curve. With
you gotta slow down the curb or your car flip. You know what I'm saying?
it's a
I don't
throwback.
necessarily like that track, man. I don't necessarily like a lot of road courses. I can do some road courses, but that one I just detest. William Byron came up with the win, which it was interesting. It was interesting toward the end. Actually, I thought the Infinity race was a little better than the Cup race.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
even
they was crashing each other at the end. That was pretty cool.
Why? Yeah.
That was wow.
It wasn't that bad. So Just don't like it on the Cup Series, I guess.
So, Diggy,
What
you
y'all
like
think about
William
that?
Byron spin out at the end, man? That was a nice spin out he did at the end when he won, man. You ain't like that?
Caught the thing on fire, man.
He was on fire, baby.
Right.
Burn that thing
Gotta
down.
show-
Let it
yeah,
down,
gotta have a
big
little
man.
bit of show, you know.
Darius doesn't like the number 24. Why is that, Darius?
Man, I'm not a Hendrick guy, man. I don't like none of the Hendrick drivers.
Oh, it's all Hendrick cars?
All Hendrick cars, man. I'm not a big fan of none of the Hendrick cars.
My man Darius is a hater.
I'm a Penske guy. And Bubba and Penske.
23X. You like them Toyotas. Come on, man.
Man, Toyota. And I like my Mustangs too, man. You know I gotta rep the Mustang.
What do y'all think about the rumor that they're bringing in Honda? Honda's trying to get into the series now.
Yo, I heard that. And I was like, what are you gonna do? Put an Accord out there on the track?
That's the fact.
I mean, hey, I wouldn't doubt it.
But that core fast.
Because you think about it, it's like, Ford got the Mustangs,
Yeah.
and then Toyota got Camrys.
No, I told you got the Supra now. Got the Supras out.
Oh yeah, they got the Super now, but they used to have the Camrys. But yeah, they got Supers now. So you're right.
Yeah.
But like what Honda got?
What
Put a Civic out there?
We got out there the SS.
I mean,
Impala?
yeah. I mean,
They
you
still
got
running the
the
Impala out there.
Yeah, Chevy still got the SS out there.
Yeah, they gonna have to invent a car.
I mean, I don't know, but Honda. I mean, everybody's driving Honda, so I wouldn't doubt it, man.
Yeah, but they not
Honda's a
driving
very
fast.
popular car. Honda's
Nah, I
pretty
think
fast.
performance-wise, yeah,
Yeah.
Honda could keep up. They'll have that like that Pontiac. You know how Pontiac they got into NASCAR and they
Yeah,
wasn't
the Honda
successful at
Civic
first,
out
but it
there,
took them a
baby.
while. Yeah, they could put that Honda Civic out there, man. It'll run.
But the Civic out
Put
there,
that Civic out
that's
there.
the sport version of the
Yes.
Honda Accord.
Put the sport on the back with a little dog on the window. Little dog in the wheel.
Hey, listen,
We had a whole bunch of our Spanish brothers and sisters out there driving. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's going to open the floodgates for the Hispanics, for the Hispanic culture, man, coming into NASCAR, man. You know they love them Hondas.
You know, they love them Hondas,
I gotta
baby.
stop that, man.
Hey, this is gonna be the first time you're gonna see multiple drivers in one car when they bring them Hondas out.
Wow.
Hey,
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm done.
We love our Spanish folks, man. We love y'all guys, man.
Come on, big
For
guy.
sure.
Hey, we love the Spanish people.
We do. I just had to get that one out. I'm sorry.
Our brown brothers.
Hey, for the most part, the engines are going to be the same. It's just a weed tweaker, man. It's not like a Honda engine. All the engines are pretty much the same, aren't they? It's just your crew chief has to be able to do that thing, man. Listen, I'm gonna put it out there right now. I think it is time for the 2311, the 23 in particular, to get a new crew chief. Sometimes you got to, what your boys say, you got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I think it's too much buddy and not enough discipline. Somebody got to come in there and threaten jobs. And that's with the crew, pit crew, and the driver. You got to find a new way to drive. You got to find a new way to become a better racer. You can't just be solid with what you got. And sometimes it takes a new crew chief to bring new ideas to the racer. And I think that's what Bubba needs. I think Bubba needs a little more discipline, a bigger authority figure. Somebody come in and be above him. Right now I think Bubba has control of his whole thing right now. Because he's an icon right now in racing, because he's the only brother in racing. And he a couple years ago, tried to kill him with the noose. Just saying. It was in there. So I think they need a new crew chief. What do y'all think about that? Am I going too far?
You think it could be management?
Huh?
Management.
Management ain't on the track though.
I mean, but still, management controls, saying some of the stuff brought to your table, though.
Everything that goes in the car is the same.
But
but I mean, they can also. I'm pretty sure they can also take care of who your staff is, though, because I mean, if they're investing all that money into, I'm like, hey,
You saying Denny Hamlin and Jordan don't want to change the crew chief? Or they're
yeah,
afraid to change crew? Listen, they're I would
some
say
people are.
you never know if there's going to be a good change or a bad change, because not every crew chief is made the same. So if you go down there and try to get somebody from Xfinity and bring them up to cup races, that stuff might not work. Two different cars. You know, they built two different ways. So I'm just saying, I think something needs to be shaken up. That's all. It might not be the crew chief, but something needs to be shaken up. Get it early. Don't wait till the middle of the season or toward the end of the season when you're trying to get to the playoffs. Then think about switching something up. Go ahead and do it early, man. Now, I'm not saying it went fine last year. He raced into the playoffs and got a couple rounds. So these guys can work together. It's just something's not working right now. This is 4 races in a row. I mean, he was lucky to get 15th this week because he spun the first lap of the race.
Oh, he got 15th?
Yeah, he got 15th. I think. Let me look again.
Man, I didn't even pay attention, man. After I saw him at 39th spot, and he got spun out again, I just gave up.
I gave up, man. Darius, is it Bubba himself, man? I mean, what do you think, Darius? Because is it Bubba himself? Is it Bubba not the driver we thought he was, or what? I mean, maybe that's it, Deacon. And Darius, what's your opinion? Is it the crew chief, or is it Bubba?
I think Bubba's a good driver. I mean, he's won 2 races. You know, that's more than some other drivers that are currently running right now that's been running longer than him. So, I mean, he has the talent to run to keep up with him. He has the equipment, but I definitely will agree with Deacon. It's something that we've been talking about for about a month now. We got to get some changes behind the scenes, man. New crew chief, new pit crew. This past race, opening lap, or maybe it was the first 2 or 3 laps, it wasn't his fault. Like, he was on the inside, and you can't go 3 wide in the turn like that. So he was just unfortunately in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and that kind of knocked him. Got some damage on his car. Had to come in the pit road and get it fixed. But that's not completely on him. But overall, just looking at how season is moving right now, I definitely think that a new crew chief is needed.
Well, you see our statistician is in the building, BJ.
Thank you. What's up, BJ?
Hey, yeah, and I'm not saying you have to start at the top, although I did title it as it's time for new crew chief. But, show me some movement. Get some new guys.
Right.
Pits. Let's try anything. Try something. Let me see you showing somebody. Put everybody on notice that, hey, listen, your job is not safe. We're going week to week. You give me 2 bad performances, I got to let you go.
It's not even 2, Deacon. It's not even 2. We started the season with 2 top 5s and hasn't had a top 10 since.
Yeah, that's what
horrible run after horrible run after horrible run. Yeah. Some change got to be made. Something got to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I just said 2 to make it, not a penalty just to have a bad day. If he had 2 bad weeks in a row, then something's got to give.
So, tell me something. Yeah. Well, even 15th he scored. Though. It's not like he's not scoring. Man.
15th is good from what happened to him. I mean, the dude spun out. But did he blow a tire or something? It was a bad day.
Something crazy, yeah. It was,
and he was lucky to be in 15th. It must have been some pit strategy or gas run or something like that to get him to 15th, because he wasn't out there naturally just passing people. So something happened. I'm not sure what happened. I was kind of like you when he dropped back in like 32. I was like, let me go cook something to eat.
I think the second time he got spun right by Ryan Blaney, I think. I was like, "Yep, I'm done. I'm tired of watching this shit."
Yeah,
it was annoying. It got annoying. Just like I said, I was coming home. I didn't even see the spin. I was coming home from church, and somebody put in the chat. That was quick. I said, "Man, I got to get home and look at this mess." But yeah, so I don't know. At least we. Oh shoot! It's hard to say from the sidelines what a man needs, you know what I mean? But something has to change, obviously. If it's not going well for the last 3 weeks, something has to change. And I think starting with the pit crew, I think that's change number 1. You don't have to change everybody.
Who
change
makes that
change
decision?
the rear,
Jordan makes that
change the rear
decision.
tires.
Lee Hammer
Nah,
makes that
the
decision.
crew chief does that. Crew chief.
So I was going to ask though. I was going to ask, how involved do you think Denny is in the middle of the season, even though he's driving for Gibbs right now? Do you think that's like he's setting time aside to really assess what's going on with Bubba and his team? Like, what do you think Denny's role in all of this is?
Well, as far as I remember from last year, he was attending meetings for Bubba Wallace. So when they had team meetings for the 23, he was there as the owner. He doesn't inject himself, as far as I'm noticing, that he doesn't inject himself in the meetings. He's just there to make sure that they know that the owner's behind him, because he has, like I said, he has his own thing, and he has 2 cars, So, and next year he's going to have 3 cars, right? It was 2 years from now.
Yeah, he's adding another one. Yeah, he's going to be adding another one.
Yeah, so he's time limited, so he can't be in there making decisions for your three cars and his car at the same time. So I think it's more the crew chief that is running the show, and then maybe the 2 crew chiefs get together with Denny and Jordan and then discuss things. But
speaking of that too, when is Denny driving with the team itself? Because I know he said he needed to fulfill his contract first before he joins Bubba and Reddick. Do you know when that was?
When he did what?
When his contract with Joe Gibbs is done? Because I believe he mentioned he was going to be driving.
Right? No, I think he re-upped it with Jordan. I mean, not Jordan. I think he re-upped it with Joe Gibbs.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think that's why I think I remember now. And I think the reason I say this because I remember thinking to myself, you need that money that you're making on the track. You know what I mean? To go to your team, and not just from your team. You need that outside cash. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if he left, he would have to take his sponsorship with him, right? I think they will follow the driver and not.
You think FedEx is going to follow Denny?
He's on every commercial when it comes to FedEx.
No, he is FedEx.
He is though. He is FedEx.
FedEx though. He everywhere on FedEx.
Do you think that's a separate contract than Joe Gibbs, or is that all in one?
See, I thought that was with Joe Gibbs though. That's all in one with
FedEx.
Yeah.
Well, you know, when Bubba left the 43, he took McDonald's with him.
True.
So you can I didn't know you could take sponsors with you.
Yeah, man, you sponsor.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
So it's the name. The sponsors go with the name, not the number or the car.
That's why I thought they could stay in the contract of whatever that actual company is.
So he just multiple extensions. So he's not going to drive.
He's there for a few years. He ain't driving anytime soon.
Yeah.
So what happened to M&M's and Kyle Busch? This is a random one, just because I know Kyle Busch and M&M's, they went hand in hand. Yeah. Now Kyle Busch is gone, and they ain't follow him.
Well, no, Kyle Busch is more interstate than M&M's.
Ooh, really though?
I think it was more interstate than.
What in the M&M car?
Yeah, M&M.
It was the M&M car.
Yeah.
Who was interstate? 18.
Interstate. That was Bobby Labonte.
Nah, yeah, but they stayed with Bobby been gone for a minute. They still got
You're right.
They still got interstate on the car. They had it on the last week with Denny Hamlin. So yeah.
So maybe that's a Gibbs thing too.
Yeah, they say some solely drive.
Okay, some our team. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think Denny's more the FedEx. He brought, because sometimes sponsorships come in for the driver and not because you have a team. They go out and get their own sponsors sometimes. So
right. So then a follow-up question with that then, right? So Denny's not coming. So there's gonna be another driver for Team 3 for whatever the third driver is going to be. Tyler Reddick, who's Bubba's teammate, he's really been outperforming M&M's at Interstate with more Gibbs contenders. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Tyler Reddick's been outperforming Bubba, and it's not even close. I mean, even going back to last year, I mean, Tyler Reddick's been outrunning Bubba by a mile to me. Do you think that's going to put Bubba on the hot seat?
Nah. If Bubba wasn't bringing in sponsorship, I would say yeah. But he's bringing in too much money through sponsorship, through in NASCAR. Being the face of NASCAR, he's all over NASCAR when they're doing the advertisements. So he's bringing in too much money, I think. Now, if he loses his sponsorship or he starts having sponsorship problems, it's just like Days of Thunder. Your car can get taken from you. So I don't think I don't think he will be gone from NASCAR. I think somebody else will definitely pick him up if he does not stay with 23X.
I just feel like some of these crew chief issues and pit crew issues is just self-sabotaging him in a sense because his talent level is not being represented in his performance on the track lately, and that's not his fault.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, isn't this next race in Richmond a smaller track? Doesn't the crew chief have less power in these smaller tracks coming up?
Nah.
Nah.
As far as the crew chief's concerned, it's all about the car setup. I mean, you got more to do with just the engine. You got the camber and how much air you're gonna put in the tire. It's a lot of stuff that goes into setting the car for either a big track or a small track. So it's the same thing. They all got the same kind of power. It's just a different race. Now this was a Richmond. What size track is Richmond? Is that a
Show what size? It's
yeah.
it's a short track. It's like a big short track. It's not a speedway. They consider that as a short track.
400 laps, 300 miles.
Yeah.
So anyway, the track is it's kind of flat, right? Richmond is a flat track.
Yeah, it has a small banking, but you still can't run. Like I remember last year's race, it's a 3/4 miler. Yep. So I remember last year they were trying to build that second groove, but it wasn't as successful as that bottom lane. So you can work a second groove in there, but it's not like Bristol. It's not a Bristol.
Yeah, see,
Their banking is not as high.
Yeah, I think the difference with the banking and non-banking is that the rubber washes down on the bank tracks, but it has nowhere to go on the flat track. So you try to make that second groove just running all in the marbles, and that gives you no traction.
Like Martinsville.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Martinsville. That's a flat, no banking track, and so you stuck in the marbles if you get pushed up off that bottom. Richmond, they have a small little bank in there, so we'll see.
So let me ask you this though: when it comes to small tracks, is it harder for position? When it comes to say move it up in the rankings?
I mean, it's harder to pass.
Yeah.
During the race.
Yeah.
You almost have to dive bomb somebody to get under there to move them off their position, because there's no
bumper to them.
The track is, like I said, it's 3/4 miles track, so the track is so small that you're not going to get a lot of people on the straightaway.
So let me ask you something. What is the point? So what is the point of having a short track though, if there's no opportunity for like any type of position, movement in the rankings or whatever? I mean, why not have more speedways or long tracks?
Excuse me. I think it's excuse me. I think I think people ask for certain tracks. People get attached to certain tracks, and it's all about whether you're getting the people in the stands or not. Whether that track is going to stay around, because if you're not getting no fans at the track, then they're going to move your track. They're going to move it. They're going to go into something else, because there are tracks now out there that they don't use that they could easily move into.
Rockingham, man, that was a good track. I liked Rockingham. I hate the fact that they gave that one away.
So
I mean, but it's all about, to me, I think for NASCAR is more about speed, though. I want to see people passing each other instead of the whole race. You're just you're stuck on the same, the same position. It's like I done spent 3 hours to still be in 12th place or 10th place or whatever. The case,
and that's kind of the problem too, because sometimes in short tracks you end up 2 laps down, you can't get them back. Because by the time the leader gets halfway across the track, you just passing the start finish line.
Right. That's why I said the short tracks are kind of like it's kind of tough to sit there and compared to, like you said, it's the longer track speedway, because you're going to bounce, something's going to happen, and you're going to be able to get, better positioning. So, I mean, I just don't understand what the short tracks are for, though.
Well,
what's the purpose?
NASCAR, Richmond is a classic track, though. That's
So
never
he's
going.
saying the
That's never
setup
going.
is the whole thing in
Yeah,
the short tracks.
that's what I'm saying. It's not about that.
Yeah.
It's not about speed. It's about quickness. It's about
Mhm.
being able to turn. It's about being able to get in your
Grip
turn.
and all that.
stay
Yeah.
at-
Break.
So there's a lot of things to go, man. You should see these books these guys got as far as the last years they've been on this track. They got positions for everything, every inch of that track, the speed, the track, the grip, the heat, cold, anything that may happen that day, they have a book on. Now it's not always right,
Mhm.
and there no car is just set up the same. You could be a winner one week and then bring that car back the next week on the same track and be a loser because it just doesn't work. So nobody knows the reason why, but you have to just work with the setup, man. It's a long race, and you have to keep every time you go into the pits, you have to mark it up.
Damn.
Some of those drivers, they win the year before. They bring that same setup back to the track again. The next time we go, I'm bringing the same setup I ran last year because it worked. Yeah,
Come
and
on,
they running do numbers again.
No, that's
But a lot
what
of these people, they grew up on short tracks, and so that's a staple. Unfortunately, in NASCAR is short track racing.
Yeah.
It's always a staple because the tempers that flare. Oh snap! Mental note. But yeah, because the tempers that flare, because people will be hitting people out there and getting them out the way, so it kind of creates that drama. By the way, did you see that Kyle Busch and Christopher Bell almost fought last week?
What?
Yes, we finally saw the first time that a driver approached another driver after the race. Man, Kyle Busch walked up into his face and was like, you couldn't hear the audio, but I guess Christopher Bell hit him like 3 times. And Christopher Bell was just sitting there, looked like he was about to cry. Kyle Busch was like, "All right, I'm gonna wreck you next time." Yo, so to be continued.
Christopher Bell's still young. He's still young, and Rowdy crazy. So
Yo, you don't want to mess with Rowdy, man. You hit him 3 times, and you think he ain't gonna come back at you? I'm surprised he ain't throw no punch.
No, he gonna get wrecked. he gonna get wrecked.
So here we come now to a short track, which they're gonna run into each other.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
you're gonna see Kyle Busch retaliate, gonna take him out.
Best thing you can do is look in his rear mirror and let him go by. Just let him go by. If it ain't for the win, let him go. Let him go. He catch him.
Let him go.
It's better to have him in front of you than behind you.
Facts. Facts. So that was why I was wanting to mention that because I mentioned temper flare, so that threw a little memory. But just like Diggin was mentioning, like every person has a different track that they want to see. So like you have to kind of cater to that across the board. So you got people who love road racing. Me and Diggin expressed earlier. I hate road racing, road courses. I could deal with. I
don't mind Sonoma.
I don't mind Chicago. I love the way they did Chicago. Sonoma.
I like Chicago too. I like Chicago.
I like
it. Yeah, Chicago's not
and
bad.
they gotta keep doing it too. They better keep doing it. Chicago was cool.
I didn't mind. It was all right. I think it seemed like it was hard to pass on that track.
It was, yeah. It felt like they made the track so narrow since they were navigating through the streets. They couldn't really make that track as wide as as you see some of these other road courses. That could be just me on appearance.
They may figure some stuff out.
Yeah, but like me, my favorite ones are super speedways. But yeah, go ahead. I love super speedways.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, just wide open. You got no reason for no brakes and stuff. You going to you got no reason to be hitting your brake. So
yeah, my favorite is probably Talladega though. Talladega.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about Talladega. They're the smallest chairs and seats you can find in the whole thing.
But I mean, you always tight. You're you know what I'm saying? It's worth it though, man.
No, it ain't.
I mean,
you been there,
Talladega?
Nah.
Talladega.
Don't go to Talladega. Hey, first of all, ain't nothing in Talladega. Second of all, you sit in that seat and you sitting in somebody else's seat too. That seat still looks like baby.
Hey, so Deacon got personal experience, boy. Deacon fat butt was sitting in these chairs, man.
And it's hot. They don't have no covering, man. It's no shade.
He was the only light skinned dude there.
The only one. The only one. What race was that? What race was that, Deacon? Who did you see win that day? Who did you see win?
Who that? Shit, I don't even remember. It was probably like 10
He's
years.
not happy.
It was like 10
He was
years.
so
He was happy to be out of there.
He was so uncomfortable.
Yeah. 'Cause, listen, I had been used to going to Atlanta, right? Going down to Charlotte and watching those races, and we had tickets in the booth, because we had a rope
Okay.
and we used to get free tickets, little VIP tickets, and be up there eating,
Okay.
doing everything, man. Nice air conditioning, talking to all some of the old people.
Okay.
But man, when I went to Talladega, first of all, it was too much traffic. And then you get there, the seats are too small. And as soon as you sit down, you're ready to go. You're ready to go, man. I tell you. You ain't trying to finish the race, man. You just ready to go. And BJ Morgan, he backs me up on that. So he know.
Yeah, BJ been there.
No, that was
I gotta go.
That was one of
I gotta go and check it out, man. I gotta go check it out.
Go to Bristol. That's a good track to go to.
Yeah.
Like Atlanta. I don't know about Atlanta because I was in the booth. Unless you're gonna be in the booth, I don't know what the seats are down there.
He's dragging them.
The VIP tickets was nice, man.
Hey, Biggie Steve, he ain't the streets no more. He in VIP.
Nah, he VIP now.
He in the streets. He ain't like the rest of us in the streets. He VIP.
Yeah.
Hey, look, where's our hookup? Where's our hookup? G? What you got for us?
Yeah.
What's up? Hey, I didn't know.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
I'm trying to be first class.
Hey,
we
man.
went to that race. We went to that race about 5 years in a row. And
5 years in a row.
Yeah, the regular race and the what was it? The All-Star race. We got tickets for both of them, right? 5 tickets, and we used to go down there every time. And then one year, I was ready to go, and he said, "Oh no, we're not going this year. This is my uncle. We're not going this year." I said, "We ain't going." He said, "Nah." I kind of cussed him out, and I'm not gonna order from him no more. If you don't cuss somebody, that's the person you don't cuss out, man. Come on, Unc. He got me though. I was like, man, them tickets went dry.
I was just trying to go to Bud's Creek down the street from here, man. Can I get VIP at Bud's Creek? What's going on?
We were ordering so much equipment from Volvo. Volvo, the not the car company, but the equipment company, that they were just giving us tickets, man. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. I was hurt
until he messed it up, man. He messed the plug.
That one, man. But it is what it is. Got to experience it. It was very nice. Went to Daytona, hot, another hot track.
Oh yeah, that's why I like going to the night races, and I was so thankful that this year for Daytona 500 that it was in February and it was cooler. Like it's the cooler time of the year, so it's not as bad. It was cool that day, so I was kind of happy about that. And then that's why, like I said, I always like to go into the night races in August because it kind of cuts down the heat.
Yeah,
you don't have to really worry about the heat out here at night.
This is true. Wow. You going to Bud's Creek, Big Al? Is that what you said?
Hey man, I was hoping your uncle give me tickets to Bud's Creek. I know he messed it up. Now I know you had to hook up all these years. I was just trying to go down the street here in Charles County.
St. Charles County. How about that?
Yeah, Bud's Creek. I've never been to Bud's Creek. I know it's down there. I've never been to
Bud's Creek.
I've been to Bud's Creek.
Oh, like we lost Biggie.
Yeah.
I saw he froze.
That's a drag racing track, right?
It's actually drag racing. I've been there a couple times. It's drag racing. It's big on drag. Yep. Drag. Funny cars, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Ain't it like La Plata? South of La Plata?
Outside of La Plata. It's about like maybe 15, 20 minutes outside of Plata. Somewhere around 15, 20 minutes outside.
Yeah, it's down there.
Yeah.
I used to drag that Starion though.
In between Leonardtown and La Plata, in that in between spot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds familiar. I just never been. And it's crazy because I lived right down the street from it. It's insane.
Yeah. So Richmond's next. We're going to Richmond. Hopefully Bubba can bounce back. He's in 18th right now.
Yeah, 18th.
In points?
In points, yeah. He's down there.
That's insane, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he needs to. He's going to have to win this year. He's going to have to win the race to get into the playoffs. I just see what's an average year this year, unless they mix something up, which I don't see them doing because I don't think that's in their character. I think they're gonna ride it out, and I think it's gonna be just an average year for him, man. Hopefully,
Where do you think he'll win at? If we were to like,
it'll be a super speedway.
Super
Speedway. No, seriously, I think it'll be a super speedway where Toyota just hits the mark with speed, and it's just going to be that because he can drive through traffic. He might even win on a restrictor plate, because he can drive those cars. So I don't know, but I would imagine it would be a super speedway. If the Toyotas come with speed on the track, he's one of them cars that can go. Because he's been qualifying pretty good. It's just in the pits, it's no good for him.
It's no good. So I'll definitely agree with the restrictor, the plate race in Daytona, Talladega. Talladega's coming up in a few weeks, so definitely looking out to see what his performance is. And he won there before, so I could see him trying to repeat there. And then I got my eye on Kansas. He's been real strong in Kansas. He won last year or the year before last in Kansas, something like that.
That is true.
And so Kansas, he's been strong. So I'm definitely looking at Kansas, and kind of in Las Vegas as like some backup ones.
Kansas is like a mile and a half, isn't it?
Yeah, those mile and a halfers, man, he's pretty good on those too. I just want to see Bubba get a win and get back in there. I mean, you can't finish off last year. Be in the chase, be in the playoffs, the second round at that, and then not make it this year. That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, BJ says the 1.5 mile and 2 mile. Michigan, I remember that race. I remember he almost won in Michigan that year. Yeah, he is good at Michigan on those tracks too. So I'll be on the lookout for that. So BJ, we coming through with the stats, man. Shout out to BJ.
He a statistician, baby.
BJ out here.
Who you think will win first, him or as a teammate? Because you can be good but not win. Sometimes you get lucky in one race and win.
I'm sorry, man, but I'm rolling with Tyler on this one. I think Tyler Reddick's gonna get a win before Bubba, unfortunately, man.
Unfortunately, I think neither one of them gonna win this year.
Really?
Just being honest.
Tyler could have had Kyle Larson that other race, man. If he just would have stayed up high, he would have got him.
Did you see that move that who was it, Gessenberg put on that boy?
Some an Xfinity race?
And yeah, the Xfinity race around that corner. That was nice, man. That was nice. I ain't never seen that before.
Shane Van Gissenberger. Sound like a watch.
Yeah. He doesn't have a full ride, right? He just does. Is that right? He just does.
What do you say?
He just does.
Yeah, he just
do the full. Because I haven't seen.
Yeah, I think he's only doing road courses and maybe one or two, ovals. I think he's really trying to get his way into NASCAR soon, so he's trying to get some practice.
Is he trying to get into NASCAR?
Yeah, I think he's trying to make that push to get into NASCAR full time. I know. I heard the broadcast, this past weekend, and they were talking about this was his 5th start. I was like, dang, he started 5 starts already in Xfinity. I was like, that was kind of wild. And it was one of them was an oval. So yeah, he's trying to. I guess he's trying to broaden his horizons a little bit and get familiar and get accustomed to it.
Right, that's all good.
He's a good road course racer, though. That brother bad. Like you said, that move that he put on Austin Hill was insane. And then Austin Hill returned the favor.
That's true. That's true.
And then you know what happened. He done put the bummer to Austin Hill, moved him out the way to let Kyle Larson win the race.
Besides, what's the one in front of Richmond? What's the next one after Richmond? You know, Darius?
Hold on, I could pull it up real quick. I can find out.
I think it says to me it's Martinsville. Martinsville Speedway.
Yeah. That's another short track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause, 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 And then it seems like the next 3 is short track. You got Texas. You got the Texas Motor.
Oh, Texas is good. That's a mile and a half.
Speedway. So I could see, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I could see him probably either doing Texas or I would say probably
he saw that
Talladega.
Martinsville. Remember, he won in Martinsville in the truck. Remember that he had Wendell.
Okay.
I think it was Wendell Scott's family was in at the race, and he won. He won for them, and he had like his paint scheme on the truck. So he's solid at Martinsville. So I would be on the lookout for Bubba in Martinsville, but I definitely put more stock in Texas. I put more stock in Texas than Talladega.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Right. Well, it's gonna be an interesting year nonetheless.
So that's a good point, BJ. Even back to Kurt Busch days, the 45 team was always strong. They always had a stronger team than the 23. Because then when Bubba drove the 45, that's how he won. That's what he won in Kansas. He was in the 45, if I'm not mistaken.
That's not the same team, is it?
Well, like team as far as like crew chief, pit crew, like it felt like that team is more, cohesive and stronger.
The number or the whole crew?
Yeah.
That was the question I had for y'all. Did he always have this?
Yeah, that was a definitely more solid team.
So wait a minute, hold up. So you're saying that the 45 is the old 45 team? They just moved over to 23X? I thought he just bought the number. He bought the charter and took the number, right? Because the number was open.
Yeah, he took the number, but then he filled out that team with their own crew chief and pit crew.
Right, but it wasn't the same as Kyle Busch's team when he was in 45.
Oh, Kurt Busch? No, I don't think it was the same as Kurt Busch's team. No, but it's just interesting how you go to Kurt Busch's days.
Yeah, my bad. I'm thinking. I got Kyle Busch on my head. So Kurt Busch, before.
Yeah,
I got you.
Before he retired. But even then, though, I think he had a different crew chief. Kurt had a different crew chief than who Tyler has right now. But it's just interesting how that team construction for the 45, when Kurt Busch was driving, and even with Tyler, it's just strong. It just seems stronger. It's just interesting.
Is it feedback? Could be feedback. Are they giving better feedback to the crew chief than Bubba is?
That's a good point.
Because everybody getting better during the race, except for Bubba. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of drivers can start out 20, 23, 25, and then as the race progresses, a lot of them get better with every pit stop. That's why we're going right back to the pit crew. When you get there. You know what I'm saying?
But like you said, it could be the feedback. Maybe Bubba's not providing that feedback to the pit crews. Like, hey, I need you to take more pressure on my tires. Maybe you need to make a wedge adjustment, in the back. Maybe he's not really, saying that. But then also that goes back to the crew chief on educating him.
Absolutely.
So there we go.
Thank you for bringing us right back to the start of the program. It's time for Bubba to have a new crew chief. It's time for Jordan and
Denny
Hamlin to sit down with that guy and say, listen, you got the rest of the year, bro. You got the rest of the year.
Like imagine Bubba with Chad Knaus. That would be crazy.
Well, he ain't getting Chad Knaus.
No, he's not getting Chad Knaus. I was about to say, a crew chief like that on that type of level, Chad Knaus.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. They probably need to find somebody. Well, I don't know. I was gonna say go down to Xfinity and find one of these new young guys who got more experience. It's like football. Big Al, like that. He's the offensive coordinator this year.
Yeah.
And you bringing in Kingsbury and not getting one of these old offensive coordinators who was not keeping up with the times. So maybe the crew chief that it has now needs to be somebody a little more young and innovative.
Young and
maybe
fresh.
Tell, hey man, these guys getting around the corner with a little bit less of this and a little bit more of this year. You know what I mean? That type of thing, as opposed to going with the normal person who knows the normal things and goes back on history. And this is how this track winds up and they got to start shooting that stuff, man. Start.
Got
And if it doesn't
another
work,
Ron Rivera.
huh?
Got another Ron Rivera. You know,
Yeah.
stuck in your ways. Like it don't work.
Yeah. Yep. Well, Richmond it is. We're going there in a few minutes. We're going to try to see if Bubba can give a little bit better feedback to the crew chief so he can send the word down to the pit crew to do a little bit more. Do a little
Yeah.
bit.
So, man.
Let's get in there
Yeah.
without spinning. Let's get in there without spinning. Let's get in there. Let's have a clean race this week. How about that?
Please.
Let's go.
Please.
Let's bring our car back in after the end of the race with no. Well, he gonna be at Martinsville. You can't do that. If you do that at Martinsville, you ain't winning. If
Yeah, you ain't
bumping
winning.
Friday, Jack, you ain't winning at
Yeah.
Martinsville. So
You ain't winning. But we'll see, man. Hopefully he has a good race, and fingers crossed, man. You're able to get back on track
Yeah.
and build that consistency back up. You start finishing these races strong, getting points, and because 18 points right now is crazy after you starting hot like that.
yeah.
So, and maybe we'll pray for a new crew chief.
Is this 15th handicap?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he is handicapped. Remember, he's in the wheelchair. Did you watch the NASCAR documentary on Netflix? I didn't know he was handicapped either until I saw the documentary.
He can win a fire the
Oh,
handicap
God.
guy.
Now, what?
Damn, he might have made
Know
it
that,
worse,
man.
man.
And he called himself a deacon.
I did not
He
know
ready to find a
that.
handy.
Yeah, he's handicapped.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible. Anything's
But
possible, man.
I still want him fired. I don't care if he's handicapped.
Yeah, no,
You still
no,
got to do your job, man. You still got a job to do.
You can't cut the
Man.
mustard, man. Sometimes
Y'all cold-blooded, baby. Y'all cold-blooded NASCAR fans.
Yeah.
Most of the crew chiefs had their hands in the engine, man. They in there pulling, turning screws, doing all kinds of stuff. How's he doing that in a wheelchair? Is he in a
He
wheelchair?
ain't doing that. No, he's in the wheelchair for real.
Get the wheelchair man a break. Get the wheelchair man a break. Deacon.
Oh man, nah.
He's in the wheelchair, so he orders other people to do it.
Y'all be ashamed of yourself. Y'all be ashamed of yourself, man. Trying to get a man a break.
And he's been in NASCAR for years, like for decades. So like this ain't
Call him handy man. Y'all
ain't
terrible.
new, man.
Yeah.
You talk about handicapping somebody.
We just, hey man, hey Booty or Booty Buddy, whatever his name is. Hey man, he's a cool crew chief, right? And I get it. He's handicapped, but look, man, we got a job to do. We need a Chad Knaus. We need a Chad Knaus, man. Chad Knaus was pivotal in Jimmy Johnson's 5-peat run. Like that wasn't just all Jimmy Johnson. That was Chad Knaus and that team behind Jimmy.
That was even Chad Knaus, who he has now.
Well, he's like an overseer now. I think he's like an overseer now.
Man, they still winning.
Him and Jeff Gordon is like they moved up in the organization. They put their time in, got all those championships, and now they like overseers in respective departments.
That don't sound right, Darius. Overseer.
Yeah.
Something about that the way you said.
We don't want that over there, Bubba's race. We don't need no
overseer. Yeah.
Man, listen.
Hey, Deacon, let's go ahead and get ready out of this, man. Let's go into something else real quick.
All right, bro. Last thing, man. Let's hope that this week is a better week. Let's go for a clean race. Let's get top.
Let's go,
10.
Bubba. Let's go, Bubba.
Let's go top 10 at least.
Yeah.
That'll be a nice little finish.
Be nice, man. Nice.
Get back on the winning track. Get back facing forward. Yeah, we're tired of going backwards. I look at Bubba, and I was looking at the race, and he was at 15, then he was in 16, then he's in 18. God damn, going the wrong way again. That's not right. I need a caution to get him caught. Somebody spin out or something. Let's get this dude back into this race. All right, we're gonna get out of here, but we're gonna move on to another subject. So as far as NASCAR is concerned, hey, listen, we love y'all. That's loud. We're all rooting for the 23X, mostly Bubba, but a win in that organization would do the team well.
Yes, sir.
and would do the team well. Or, Denny Hamlin winning for Joe Gibbs Racing, bring some money into the organization as well. So here we go. We're going to get out of here. Hey, we're going to move on to the Washington Wizards. As for now, thank y'all. Yo, the Washington Wizards are winners once again.
Yes, they are.
Once again. These
3-0.
guys took the starting
3-0.
route and started winning. What the hell?
Put the G League
What
team.
was that about? They
Yeah,
put Rollins in the game. They put Champagne in the game. Butler in the game. And then they started running Chicago like they didn't even care. They were professionals.
And none of y'all knew who these people were until they started playing.
Yeah.
On the Go-Go's over there.
Champagne. I ain't never heard no dude named Champagne on the Wizards.
So his brother's in the Spurs. His brother plays for the Spurs.
Hey,
he has a twin brother.
Yeah.
So what do y'all think about that, man? I know we were tanking this year. We're still tanking. Let's be honest. We're not going to win a whole bunch of games. But
15 games. 15 games.
It is. I will say this: it is impressive that they were able to stick with it and show some effort on the court. You don't just beat NBA teams by not showing up. You have to show up. You have to have some kind of plan. And these guys are looking average, at least. I like Butler. He brings a good game. He's automatic too. That's it. I like
You said you like Butler.
Rollins is pretty good, but he's inconsistent. He looks like he has some game, but he's inconsistent. He's tall.
I like Rashawn Holmes though. Rashawn Holmes has been hooping though.
That's what I said. Our centers, Bagley and Holmes, they making it happen down
I like Bagley.
Yeah, them dudes.
I like the fact that I got Bagley.
Yeah.
And I think Jordan Poole has been playing a little bit better though.
You know what? Stop. Pause. Biggie. Stop. Pause. Biggie.
He had 12 assists.
Let me tell you what happened. No. I know you like to
25 points, 12 assists.
You like to big up Poole and have pool parties, but I'm gonna tell you something. I was watching the game too. I was watching it, and they were up like 15 points, and then Poole started heisting. He got happy, and right before the end of the quarter, it was a 2-point lead. If he needs to calm down, he needs to calm down. Understand how the game goes. He's not the star, he's the facilitator. And then he can get points when it's necessary. But he likes to be the superstar. If he can stop doing that, stop all the dribbling, stop all the in-betweens and trying to look pretty on camera for Shorty. Yeah, she's here today. No pool parties. Chill out.
You're not in Golden State anymore.
You're not. You don't have that backup. We ain't gonna got that kind of backup.
Well, the problem is though, fellas, that we won 14 games. Now we're 2 games in front of Detroit for that final spot. So Detroit has us, I think, beat for the ping pong ball. So we fighting for ping pong balls. We're trying to get as many ping pong balls as we can. The G League team got us on a 4-game or 5-game win streak.
Stop winning games.
If we can't get the most balls, then all this was worth nothing.
Worthless.
So
as long as we can stay in the top 2, that's all I'm concerned about. Top 2.
If we don't have the number 1 amount of balls, we're gonna end up at least 4. That's just our luck.
And the Hornets, we're gonna get the number 2 pick. Let's go.
What?
He's a Hornet fan, baby.
I forgot we have an infiltrator in the building.
Yeah, he gonna get balls. His balls grandson or somebody.
Wait, we got a pause on the balls.
Pause.
Pause at the balls.
Too many balls flying around here.
I'm talking about Lonzo.
Hey, what do y'all think about Bronny James? Because not Jordan, but LeBron said kind of the same thing that Deion Sanders said this week about his son playing basketball and playing football for Deion, is that he has some teams he don't want to play with, and he's gonna pull an Eli. Now, on the other end, LeBron said he may come out, but it just depends on who he's getting drafted by, whether he comes out or not. So these guys are trying to take over as far as putting their sons in best position that they can, I guess. But do they have that much power? Because Bronny and he's going like 5 points a game.
Bronny don't have
I
no
was gonna
power.
say, the power, no, the
But-
power, yes. The talent, no. That's what I think. Because I mean, just the name alone is going to get you far. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Whatever, as long as you got that LeBron, you got that legacy, you're going to go
Really? 5
wherever
points?
it's going to take you. I mean, yeah. But to me, I just don't think the teams are going to want to take that risk because to me, Bronny, I don't think he's all that good. I mean, he's okay, but he's not his dad.
okay.
He's not a lot.
He's okay. I mean, he's okay. I mean, he's average. He's average.
Do you think he's a G League player?
At best.
Yeah.
You think
I
he can
think-
play in the G League?
Yes.
He's not a starter. He's not a starter on none of these teams. He's not a starter.
He needs to go overseas.
If Amani Bates is in the G League right now, Bronny needs to be in the G League right now. Because Amani Bates is
Yeah.
cooking niggas right now.
But then
Yeah.
again,
And he was cooking in college.
I know, but Johnny Davis is in the NBA, Jack.
He's not a starter though.
But he's on the bench.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
You think
Yeah,
LeBron
yeah.
level? You think LeBron is better? LeBron James is better than Johnny Davis? About the same.
Maybe.
About the same.
About the same. They're about the same.
About
About
the
the
same.
same.
There's a lot of cats in the NBA right now that needs to be in the G League for real.
But not in college though. I think.
I guess the
Cinderella
question
had it
is:
right.
is the girl from Iowa better than Bronny James?
Yeah, she's better than Bronny James.
Wow.
It's a blowout.
I mean,
As long as she ain't
I
got to
mean,
check nobody. Listen, as long as she ain't got to check nobody. Look, listen, she ain't got no defense. She can't check no grown man. But
No.
shooting wise, you leave her
She shoot the
open.
gym out though.
Shit, yeah.
I mean, I think Johnny Davis's college years was better than Bronny's.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
Johnny Davis was a beast in college. In
Easily.
Wisconsin.
That's what I'm saying.
He was
His
a
college
beast.
stats are way better than
He
Bronny
just can't play in the NBA. That's all.
in the NBA. And what makes you think Bronny can play in the NBA?
I have no confidence at
can't.
all. I don't think
He
he
can't.
can't.
I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna translate over to you know what I'm saying.
He's
to the
going
NBA.
to make
He didn't
most of his
translate to the
money
college team.
overseas.
You
He's
talking
gonna
about?
make money
He needs to stay a year. He needs to stay another year. Don't come out. You ain't ready yet.
Oh,
But
he's not coming out. He's
but-
not coming out.
But he
I don't
wants
think
his
if he
dad
stays
wants
another
him
year is
to.
going to help him at all. He is who he is. He's just
That's
thing is,
yeah,
LeBron
he's
wants-
the college he got into.
plus he,
Yeah.
he has a
LeBron
bad-
wants him out.
Yeah,
LeBron
he
wants him out so
does.
he can fulfill his last checklist before he retires. Because that's the only thing that's keeping him playing right now.
He want to play with his son.
You
He
better
want
play
to
with
play.
his
Yeah, he
daughter.
just wanna
with his
play.
son.
You better play with his
He don't
daughter.
care where he go. He can go to
We gotta
Detroit.
work with his daughter.
And I'm telling him, so LeBron would go to Detroit for his son. He was for real.
Yeah, He going
1
anywhere.
year in Detroit. And he probably take him to the
I don't-
playoffs.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. He has the power like that to make that happen.
He's the
But
king.
let's just be honest that Bronny is not an NBA player. He may be on the NBA team eventually, but he's not an NBA player. Not at this point
But-
in his career.
Here's the thing with that too, though. If LeBron did, say, "Hey, Bronny, it's time for you to get the draft," and then you get drafted in the second round, because I see him as a second round pick. So if he
I
gets
was
drafted in the second round to wherever he go,
Late second round.
yeah, late second round,
Where would he go? Who would take a chance?
that's going to
on him?
help Bronny. I think that will help Bronny because then you have LeBron, your father, working with you every day on your game.
But you gotta have talent. I
You don't think he's working
Yeah.
You gotta have talent.
I think he has
The thing
enough.
is, though,
And this man don't have no talent. He can
my
jump.
thing is though, somebody's gonna pick him up for his name though. Somebody's gonna pick him up for his name.
Y'all
They're gonna be like,
tripping,
oh
man.
shit, we can showcase his name.
There's a lot of
I'm
people out
trying to
there.
They gonna pick him up for his name because they know he can get LeBron. It's like, hey, if
Exactly.
me drafting Bronny, I get to get LeBron too. It's a 2-for-1.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's really the
Exactly.
only thing he can do. And Brown had to come play for the league minimum, which he can do.
If you
Like,
made
I
all the
wouldn't be
money,
surprised.
He got plenty. Yeah, he got plenty of money, so you can play what he want.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if somebody like Miami picked him up and then brought LeBron back for one more year.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. Nah, they trying to win
Yeah.
championship. You had to go to somebody
I don't.
like
Hey,
Sacramento.
so
I mean,
what's
but
the
you-
pick him up? You get LeBron James for 1 year?
Go to
But
Detroit.
y'all
I
saying,
think
yeah, that would
they
be
can
a
get
tough
LeBron for 1 year.
Butler and
Hey,
LeBron and
Give him,
and,
hey, Deacon, to give him
and
one of my
add a
second
note.
round
And
picks.
oh my God, that'd be a tough combo.
I don't know about that.
You got LeBron, Butler, and what's his name as the center? Oh, come on, bro.
Bam Adebayo. Yeah.
Bayou.
A hero comes back healthy with Terry Rozier.
Oh
Kinda-
yeah,
That'd be kind of crazy.
That
Yeah.
they might get Boston a little run. I'm trying
Yeah.
to tell you.
Listen, the best thing that can happen is he goes somewhere where there's no pressure. He cannot
Go
be
to Cleveland.
No, I'm talking about no Cleveland trying to win championship. I'm talking
Go
about
to the
these
Wizards.
teams that don't care about winning. You know,
Go to
just
the
there to
Wizards.
make money.
The Wizards.
I think Cleveland's trying to get off Donovan Mitchell though.
Stop it. And that is,
You can replace Bronny James with Donovan.
No. You're saying you were saying that they were trying to win. I think Cleveland is hitting a cap spot where they can't, like, if they can't do anything this year, they're gonna blow that up. So if you bring them back home,
I mean, but you got what's his name on that contract though? The point, what's his name? The point guard.
yeah, they would. You
what's
talking
my
about
guy?
Mitchell or Garland?
Garland.
Mitchell.
No, Mitchell came. Garland was there, right? They didn't trade.
I
for Garland.
thought
They trade for Mitchell, and they drafted Garland.
Yeah, but that contract Mitchell got is pretty up there.
No, he got a fat contract.
That's why
what
they
I'm
hitting that
saying.
cap wall. They hitting that cap wall, and they expend on his money, and they ain't getting because they paying Jared Allen. Mosley is about to get paid.
Technically, they got a good team.
They
have a
do.
good team. They just
Yeah.
they might need a new coach. They need a new coochie.
Back to the title.
Get out of here, man. How about the final 64, man? Who y'all got? I mean, who y'all like so far?
North Carolina.
Carolina.
Carolina look good.
Yeah,
Hey, I got
Carolina.
Connecticut. I got Connecticut.
You got Connecticut.
You know what, man? I'm gonna go with the home team. I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
I know
Man,
you
get
will.
out of here.
You talking about the female volunteers, right?
No, I'm talking about the
You
hey,
talking
man,
about
they
the
number two. They got a number two.
They
ranked.
like that.
I got
man.
Creighton. I got Creighton beating them. And then they'll play Purdue, and they'll beat Purdue to get to the Final Four.
Want me to tell you a secret?
Uh,
Let me tell you a
What?
secret. Creighton.
I don't know. Marquette looked
Creighton
tough
got
though,
it.
man.
Matter of fact, we already
Marquette
bought.
looked.
Creighton might not show up. We paid.
Creighton
them
might
off.
not show up.
We already paid them off.
Wow.
Oh, God, you got to pay them off for the win. Creighton is a young school. We got maybe next year. Listen, Tennessee
Wow.
Tennessee has some shooters. They got a big boy down low. They got a nice, savvy little point guard. I'm just telling you what I know. Now, they may
It
go.
sound like-
They're gonna win this. They're gonna be.
It sounds like you're describing North Carolina.
They might not have been today.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're describing North Carolina there, man. R.J. Davis at the point, Baycott at the center. We got them
Let's do the
shooters.
female game, man. The female game. Who you got in the female game?
South Carolina.
Raise your, put your hands up.
South Carolina.
Uh,
South
I got
Carolina.
USC, baby. I got USC.
Don't you?
Where you think
I
that
the
girl
younger
gonna pull it?
I think the younger gonna do it, but that young and bad.
Which one?
Juju, right? Ain't her name Juju?
Yeah, Juju.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She bad, but I think South Carolina, man.
Ain't nobody saying the Black Barbie. You ain't saying LSU.
Iowa.
The
I never
LSU.
seen y'all.
Iowa.
Is she really the Black Barbie?
She in her mind, she thinks she is.
I got her losing to Caitlin Clark when they play each other in the next round if they play.
You
That
think
might-
I'm
so?
gonna tell you
That
though.
might be actual.
Don't ever count out UConn though. Don't ever count out UConn.
I like UConn's good. The female
Yeah,
UConn
listen,
team.
UConn
Yeah,
got-
I think both
UConn,
teams are good, man.
UConn,
It might be a
always,
chance
yeah.
both teams win, the men and women. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
I think that'd be like the first time that ever would happen.
Is UConn and Iowa on separate brackets? And the girls?
UConn's in a different bracket. It's LSU
Yeah.
and Iowa in the same bracket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think UConn gonna get there. That girl on UConn can play.
She-
Paige,
she-
you talking about Paige
she-
Buckers or
she-
something?
Paige-
Something like, yeah, she be open. She is.
But coming out of high school, she was the one. She was the one.
Didn't she get hurt one year?
2 years. She got both her ACLs.
Yeah, and she's back now for the year, and she's been balling. I've been seeing some highlights on ESPN.
Yeah.
You
And then you got Gino.
Gino, oh yeah, true.
With Gino coaching, like you said, you can't count out UConn.
I mean, they made it to what? They made it to the 8th for the last consecutive? How many years now? They made it to the 8th.
they've been.
Y'all forget about Don Stanley and that South Carolina team though.
I'm trying to tell you.
I think Gino cheated.
Is that the next scandal? Is that the next scandal that's going to be coming out? The Gino scandal.
Yeah.
To be able to win that many games in the years that he's been there, if Calipari was in UConn, they would be saying something's wrong. Yeah, because it's too much. It's too much. He gets number one every year.
Think about the women's game at that point, though. I mean, the women's game was weak.
He's not that great a coach. Come on, man. Let's be honest.
I don't think it was him coaching. I just think it was a monopolizing of the talent. To me,
you got the best high school player every year. Seemed like
every year, and it wasn't that many. It wasn't that many good. Now the talent level is more. You see a lot more good female basketball players, but when he was dominating, it really wasn't. I don't know. This is my opinion, man. It wasn't deep like how it is now.
That's true. That's true. Or it wasn't as popular. Let's put it
that too. It could be that too.
I think. Yeah. It's a couple players that put women's basketball on the map. It just hasn't translated into professional.
The WNBA. Yeah, still struggling on there.
Yeah, something's going on.
So what do you think about Caitlin Clark getting to the WNBA? You think that's going to change now? Because this is her last run.
I think probably. It'd probably be a little more interest in the WNBA from Iowa.
Let me ask you a question. Biggie Steve, this is for you.
People in Iowa might like it a little more.
Do you think Caitlin Clark would be the best shooter for the Wizards if she was on the Wizards team?
Nah, that's still be cool.
Probably
Don't do that. We not that bad. I mean, we not that bad.
We are.
We bad.
Oh, she would be the best shooter, Joe.
She would be the best shooter. She would be the best shooter.
Oh, this peer shooting.
Yeah, but she gonna get her shit blocked though. She gonna get her shit blocked. Come on now.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
body block. Come on, bro. We talking about a man's game.
Who's our best
talking about a man's game?
Who's our biggest Steve?
Maybe if this was street ball or something, where you might have to back up a couple of inches, but you don't want to be touchy.
Who's our best shooter?
Come on. Who's our best shooter?
Jordan Poole?
I mean, as pure shooter, I'd say Kispert. Kispert's got a pure shot.
Kispert.
But as Kispert, yeah. But as far as who can score and who can hoop, I mean, that'd be Kuz. Kuz can shoot. He can put up numbers.
Come on, man.
Kuz can shoot.
That's time to get out of here. Biggie Steve has been drinking.
Over Poole?
He said over Poole?
Yeah.
I mean, if Poole could get if Poole could go ahead and grow his nuts back, yeah, maybe Poole. If he get his balls back, I'd be like, okay. But I mean, right now, he's fine. He's one of his testicles popped out, so I mean, he's starting to get there. He's starting to get there, but right now, Poole's got his balls to the wall. So you know what I'm saying?
Okay, enough balls.
Pause.
Yeah. So the best pure shooter on the team is Shepard. Whatever.
Champagne?
His name, not Champagne. Shepard. His name?
Shepard.
Yeah, the one with the funny face.
It's the man. It's the man from
Israel.
Israel.
That dude look funny.
What are you doing? What are you doing to me?
Come on, he has an imaginary chin, man. That dude got his whole thing is slimmed up.
Joe.
If Caitlin Clark was a dude, she'd automatically be our best shooter.
She's the next Steph Curry.
I'm talking as a woman.
As a
woman, be our
woman,
best shooter.
She's the woman version of Steph Curry.
Not the best player, but the best shooter.
This best shooter, not
Would be
best
correct.
player,
No,
best shooter.
That would be
nah,
correct.
best.
That would be
I
correct.
mean,
She's the best shooter, bro.
Don't you say
okay, if she was on the Wizards, let me ask you something. If she was on the Wizards, how much points do you think she scored a night?
Is anybody checking her?
I mean, somebody checking her is different, man.
Is somebody checking? We're talking
We're
about
not
the
talking-
NBA, D.
We're not talking
Come
about
on,
the
D.
man's game.
We in the NBA. We talking the
No.
NBA. If she was on there, if she was playing again, let's say, okay,
I say she scored 10 points.
if she was playing
give it
against
10.
Detroit or
It
some
doesn't matter.
big
It
team,
doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it wouldn't
matter.
It's too strong.
Yeah.
It's too strong for her. I give
How
her
many
10
points
points
you-
of open shots. You'll get
10
some open
points of open
shots. You'll
shots.
test her, let her
Okay.
see if she can shoot. And she
Okay.
would pop 10. She would pop 10, 12
Okay.
points on just open
Okay.
shots. I mean,
I agree.
You can design an open shot, especially off
coming off a pick.
Screens and off ball movement.
So if she was
Spot
able to
on.
do like that, but no, I mean, she's not just gonna come down and just body people and like she
Nah.
did with women. That ain't happening. It is a man's game, but as far as her pure shooting is concerned, she is better than anybody we got.
Let me ask you one last thing, fellas. Would you ever watch a league where women and basketball men play together?
If
Men
she
No.
play
good,
together.
Yeah,
I would if she good.
if she good.
If she out there,
No, I'm
slicing
saying
dudes
no.
up,
I'm just saying. Would you watch a league? Would you watch a league where women and men play together?
Yes,
I mean,
I
like
said,
a-
yeah, man. Hey,
listen,
man. Hey,
it's a good
hey,
ball,
Biggie.
man.
I
Oh
was in the
no,
gym the
man.
other day, man. I was in the gym the other day. I seen this young lady,
Big Al.
220 on the bench. She did it 10 times. A
You
female.
said what?
She was
220,
on
10
the
times.
on the bench in the gym, 220. 220 on both sides. Yeah, 220. Boom,
What?
boom, boom, 10 times. 10 times. So
She was-
it's coming, man.
She was
She
cheating.
did it easily.
She was cheating.
That's
Nah,
wild.
man. I don't know what she was doing. But she
You sure it
pushed
was a woman, right? No offense. You sure it was a woman, right?
female. Her brother was standing right beside her.
Hey,
was
listen,
It could have been.
We
I've
don't
seen it too,
mean
though.
anything to
He
the
spotted
fan
her.
community. It's all good.
Right, yeah, I'm just saying it's all good, no offense.
Now, I don't know if she was a, bring your, a young lady that you would bring home to mama. I'm not saying that.
Hey, listen, we
Oh,
opportunity people here, man. Listen, the guys, let them play. If she, listen, we have women coaching football, men's football, so it is what it is. You got Gino coaching women, so the mixes up the. No, I wouldn't say the race.
Becky was coaching the Spurs.
True.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
So, yeah.
So my thing is,
somebody's gonna break through. Somebody's gonna have that attitude where they don't want to play women's NBA because they ain't making no money down there. So why go play for the women when you can score 10 for the men and make millions of dollars?
hey, so no offense, right? I know. I'm just saying. Have y'all seen this player?
It's an offense coming.
Oh man.
I mean,
Have y'all seen this?
I would not doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
there's gonna be ladies in the NBA.
There's gonna
Have
be
y'all
a
seen
bunch
this
of-
lady? Have you seen this lady at NC State? She's a center. She probably weigh about a good.
Oh, football,
Wait.
yeah,
He's a big
Yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Yo.
Have
Yo,
you seen-
she
have
will
you
back.
seen Shaq's baby daughter. She's nice.
She will back down some of these dudes. No, I'm just kidding. She probably wouldn't, but I'm just.
She's got a nice shot.
Shaq's baby
She
daughter
do.
is like that.
Word.
And she's ladylike too. She's very feminine, but she's like that. She's big. I mean,
Hey,
she's
They got
built like
women. They
Shaq.
got women kickers in there. In what's it called? NCAA.
That'd be an
Women
easy position to break into if you're a soccer player and you want to kick field goals or something like that, and you're a female.
bruh,
Yeah,
But that really does
Some
not
kickers.
matter. If you can make them, you can make them.
yeah.
yo, soccer ones and volleyball
yeah.
play. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry. Let me not go off into that one.
I'm gonna tell you, man. You'll be surprised. Give us another 15, 20 more years. You'll be seeing a transition of females getting into male sports now.
Did you say
I
15 to
believe
20
it. I
million
believe
years?
About 15 years.
Baby.
Because
I
you're
believe
gonna have one person. I mean, we just got a female dunker like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
That-
now
I
lots of
mean,
ladies
right
in
now-
dunking.
Yeah, now you got more people dunking. Now you're gonna have more people. You know what I'm saying? When a woman does a 360, that's when you're gonna be like, okay, yes, or a tomahawk dunk. You know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna be like, okay, well, let's see what they could do in the NBA.
Amen.
I mean, it's just, especially if you see a female dunking over on a dude, and that's a highlight. Oh, come on, bro.
There's no way.
Hey,
There's-
I'm gonna tell you,
that's like
the first embarrassing.
next lifetime.
I'm saying,
Oh, you said a female dunking over a dude?
Yes, 15, 20 more years. And about 15, 20 more years.
220,
Nah.
220
Look for
pounds.
it. Look for it.
I've seen it, man, with my own eyes.
Dunking over a dude.
Dunking over a dude.
Hey, listen, it doesn't
Like
matter.
I've seen that in classrooms.
I mean, 15,
But on the
20 more
court?
years, look for it. Yes. I'm talking like you'll have a chick like Della Dawn, like a Della Dawn type chick, just turn around and yam it on somebody's head. I mean, I'm trying to tell you, watch for it.
What kind
Watch
of
for it.
Della
Instead
Dawn?
of
Della Dawn.
for the Mystics. White center for the Mystics.
Hey man, look, hold up, guys. We getting late. We old. We gotta get in bed.
That dude need to retire from NBA if he gets dunked on. I'm saying.
When Stinky Steve from the streets talking.
We ain't never gonna see that dude again if he gets dunked on by a female. No offense, but bro, you cannot get dunked on by a female.
Hey man,
Hey.
next week we got what? We got Richmond. Hopefully the Wizards lose the next 5 games and we back in it.
Oh my god.
We got Biggie Steve back on the street. Steve, we need you back on the streets, man. You in the house, man. You had too much of that cranberry juice, man. We gotta let you
I know, man. I know.
Especially with that last take, man. That last take was wild.
Hey, next week, next Tuesday, y'all.
Yeah, the Wizards play Wednesday. They play the Nets, 7:00 p.m. So
right,
let's hope they
So
lose.
4 in a row.
Nah, man, we fight for
That'll
the big
make my-
ping pong balls, baby.
They don't know how to get
Yeah.
ready.
Pause.
They can't win for losing.
Hey, look,
I
y'all.
told you 15 wins this season. I'm almost
How many they
there,
got so
guys.
far? How many wins they got now? What's their record?
14.
14.
I said we're going to get 15. I said 15
Hey.
to 16, something like that.
The more you win, the more you help us.
Right.
Hey, y'all got 17, Darius. I got 17, man. Hey, yo, we out of here. Hey, like and subscribe. Look for our Commander show coming out sometime later on the next couple of days. We starting that draft period in the Commander show. Look for us talking about Richmond next week, y'all. Richmond next week. And hopefully the Wizards can contain themselves with the G League team. We talk to y'all next time. We love y'all. We out.